Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey, yeah. Ain't no errors, baby. It's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy.
Ready?
Yep.
Welcome back, everybody. Jaysin Static with another episode of the interview series. I'm back with Bax for another episode number 3 of the Bax series. Bax, welcome back, man. Are you ready for this third question?
Yeah, let me correct you, though. It's a story.
The story of
Bax.
The story of Morningstar.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next question. Is the importance of preserving professional wrestling history and the legacy something that is important to you? And can you share your thoughts on that?
You know, that's something I haven't thought too much on, honestly. There's a lot of components to this game. There's a lot. And since we're on camera, we're talking about the behind the curtain side of things. One thing that really grinds my gears is that kayfabe. People say it all the time. It's dead. It's not dead.
Oh,
it's
no.
breathing,
I don't think it is either.
Blood is still pumping. It's just not a very strong pulse. It is up to us as the talent. It's up to us as the guys behind the curtain to keep that alive.
Right.
When I'm at my shows, I might come out after my match is done because I don't want to sit in the back all night. It's a little crowded back there, and guys got things that they got to do back there as well. So I come out and I work the crowd, and I talk to them, and I'm not a dick to them like I would be when I'm in the ring. But people are getting middle fingers. People are going to get a lot of jokes made at them if they come at me sideways. That's just the reality. We are entertainers. That is the truth. We are also athletes. We're so many different things all in one trade. It's important that we keep the spirit of pro wrestling alive, because if we reveal that curtain, whether it's known that curtain really does exist, if we reveal it, we're killing we're killing the business, we're killing kayfabe, we're killing the art of pro wrestling.
I think, and you're killing the emotional attachment.
Absolutely.
Because I know we were talking earlier in the afternoon here. My feelings, and everybody knows my feelings on pro wrestling. My version of pro wrestling is an emotional attachment to somebody.
Absolutely.
If I can't love you, hate you, like you, want to run out and stab you in the parking lot, then you're not doing something good for me.
Absolutely.
I can acknowledge that you're a great talent, you work great in the ring and everything like that, but if you're not making me feel something about for you, then I think you're doing something wrong. And I think that's one of the things is preserving the legacy and the history of pro wrestling, because especially in the Midwest here, St. Louis area, we're in St. Louis. St. Louis used to be the mecca of pro wrestling.
Absolutely.
And it still can be.
Absolutely.
And I think there's a big thing that happens sometimes, and we kind of touched on it very slightly on one of the other episodes. You have to go back and check out one of those episodes and find out what it is. But you were talking about the old guys versus the young guys. And sometimes those old guys in the game can be, I think sometimes the old guys can be a little bit too rigid in their mindset. But I also think sometimes that the young guys can be a little bit too rigid in their mindset. And there's not enough cohesiveness of if you want a young guy to learn something the right way, you got to figure out how to approach that guy.
Yeah.
You can't just go up there and degrade him, yell at him, scream in his face, make him feel like he's less than. You've got to actually figure out how to talk to people. And this is something I've said on this podcast a whole lot, is you got to learn how to talk to people. If you don't know how to talk to people, then you're doing a disservice to the business. And I want the business to be respected by pro wrestling fans. I want pro wrestling to be respected by not just pro wrestling fans, but society as a whole. Because guess what, folks? In my opinion, we're kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the entertainment industry. A lot of people talk shit on pro wrestling.
Oh, they do. They never want to shut up about it. And this is just my perspective.
Yeah.
The old guys that are rigid, I would say jaded is more the word.
Yeah.
They've been jaded by the business because here's the reality. It doesn't matter what your position is. There's a lot of work that goes into this. Whether you're the talent, the promoter, the audio guy, the announcer, there's a lot to remember. There's a lot to work on. There's a lot to do.
Oh, absolutely.
We're a cohesive unit, and not everybody works well together. I am the epitome of not working well with others.
I can understand it. Back in my younger days, I was the exact same way. Yeah. I was a hot-headed little son of a bitch sometimes.
But I always want to kind of like we said in one of those other episodes, I want to learn as much as I can from everybody because everybody's got something of value to offer all of us. And it's not selfish. We want to be experts in this business. So if we're going to elevate ourselves, we have to take history, we have to take the present, and we have to create the future with that. The reality is those jaded guys that maybe I don't mesh well with have something to offer me as well. And sometimes it is just them being jaded that I need to be able to see.
Yeah. And I think that goes to, I think it vice versa. You know, old guys need to realize that we don't know. And this is somebody been around 17 years, and this might get me heat from people. I don't think I know everything in this business. I still learn things from young guys.
I don't think anybody does. I don't even think, and I hate to say the name that we shouldn't say, but I don't even think Vince McMahon, who is really responsible for what pro wrestling is today, knows every little detail. I don't think anybody has this game mastered because this game is always flowing. It's always changing.
It's always changing. And I think somebody that I really like to listen to, I like to listen to Conan. Because Conan, no matter if you like him or hate him, he always gives his honest opinions, whether it's good or bad. And like, he has a podcast with Disco Inferno. Disco Inferno's against all the thigh slapping, the flippy floppy stuff. Disco hates that stuff. But Conan is just like, hey, the young guys are going to do what the young guys are going to do. Yeah. But as long as we remain respectful of what we do and how we talk to people, that's what it's about. That's what's keeping the history of it alive, keeping the respect of pro wrestling alive in each of us. So like, if I respect the business, you're going to respect the business. And if we could start from that position of everybody respect the business, please, I think old guys and young guys could mesh a lot better than sometimes.
Yeah, you know, and we all deal with this. This is not just a pro wrestling specific thing. The reality is that there's going to be people who are simply just miserable, and they're going to spread that, and they can't get away from it. And there's some who will never break out of it. I'm guilty of being it. I'm sure you are. I'm sure some of the people who are going to hear this are guilty of being miserable and spreading it to other people.
Yep.
I chose to break out of that cycle. I'm sure I will return to it just to break out of it again. The reality is that there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to do. And there's so much more story to this than people realize. We don't know what's to come. All I can tell you at this moment is that I'm going to be right at the forefront of it all.
And all you got to do, man, is grind. Get out there, network with people, fight for what you want. If you want to get to that dance, you got to move a different way than everybody else.
Yeah.
And maybe that means not sticking around the St. Louis area as long as you feel like that you need. You need to know when to exit.
If your plan is to stay in the territory you start in, then you're not dreaming big enough. That's just the reality there.
Okay.
So
I can feel you on that one, man. Much love to you, man. I appreciate you coming on. You got anything to plug?
Love me, hate me, bro.
Hey, I'm one of the guys. I'm out of the game. I don't have anything to gain from this. I'm not going to step back into the ring again. My time is done. This is all about the young guys. And I respect any of the young guys that come into this game and come on these episodes and help me help you.
Yeah, fine.
So I love and respect you on that level. I might not like you as a wrestler because I think you're an asshole sometimes.
I think I am.
And I think maybe you shouldn't flip off little kids and stuff like that. That's not very cool.
Kids.
And I think maybe sometimes you shouldn't be as salty and as arrogant as you are.
Salty? Arrogant? Absolutely. Salty?
Yes, sometimes you are. But do you got anything to plug? Websites, merchandise, anything like that? Upcoming shows?
No.
Where do you work from?
No, I don't want anybody to talk to me anymore. You just hurt my feelings. I'm done.
So sometimes it's
done.
We're going to run it out just like we always do. Jaysin Static across all social media. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Check me out. YouTube, check me out on Fight Club Wrestling Academy on Facebook and YouTube. That's where we're at. If you don't like Bax, if you think Bax is being a little salty, arrogant little douche right now, tell me about that in the comments below because I need that algorithm boost. And then I got one last thing for you. Bax, I know we just had a little dust up right here, but it's all good.
Yes.
I got merch coming. I can't tell you the name of it. Can't tell you where it's going to be dropping, but it's for the culture of pro wrestling, and I know you can respect that.
You're not wrong. I do love pro wrestling.
All right, brother. Take it easy. Good luck in your career, man. Hope to see you down the road a little ways.
Stars just getting started.